Alright, here we go. So, here comes a Kha'Zix game, huh? Get it? Kari. Okay. Look, sorry if my voice is a bit shit. Because, well, at least it feels shit. Because I actually fell a little bit sick the other day. But I'm doing a little bit better now. So, anyway, this is going to be a fairly interesting game. It's a fairly high kill carry game on the first strike setup that I said I was running. Obviously, I've been running that a lot. And right off the bat, we are First Blood Zeri. Yeah, that's not great. We are going to be experiencing a lot of that. Actually, this Zeri just entered me literally just then. So she's not the greatest player out there, and I guess she just doesn't give a fuck. So it is what it is, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna open up with a full clear here just to start things off nice and safe. But in the meantime, I want to talk about the enemy team. So we have a bit of a tricky comp. At the same time, it's not tricky though, because there's a lot of pretty respectable CC abilities on the enemy team that you need to avoid. And so this video is going to be quite a good example of how to kind of play around enemy CC and how to, like, you know, just stay safe when you're fighting and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think this is a fairly informative game, and you know, in that regard, it'll teach you how to fight a little bit better, and you know, it's fun. So yeah, again, like I said, just opening up with full clear, and immediately with that bot lane death, I'm like, okay, yeah, well, I'm probably not going to play bot. We probably just need to farm up and get the mid lane and top lane fed, and wait for the Yumi to come and sit on us, or one of them, because I do have some very good top lane and mid lane carries. Fiora and Cat, if they get ahead, they're very, very strong. Now, I make a mistake here. This is bad. I shouldn't be going for this. I should just instantly recall. And instead what I do is I look for a gank, but it is warded and I get spotted. So now everyone knows where I am. This is not great. It's not really what you want to do. If possible, you want to stay hidden so that the enemy can't predict your pathing. Yeah, and I look at this. I don't know, man. Bot lane is just having a lot of trouble, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Turns out the Hecarim's here. I didn't actually know this. He ended up starting topside, and you know, that's pretty well played by him, I guess. And you know, bot lane is just gonna be struggling for a little bit. And I realized my mistake here. I'm like, okay, wow. So he wasn't topside. I didn't want to go for this crab because I thought he would end up topside, but yeah, it turns out the Hecarim went bot. So what I could have done is I could have got the crab topside and then recalled, and I would have serrated Dirk. But yeah, I just moved down into my Gromp yet again. Turns out the Hecarim's still here. He's going to try take my second Gromp, but it's not going to happen because I show up, thankfully. That's good. And yeah, well, for the most part, I can't really do much else here. I have to just play it safe, play it cool, you know, it's fine. I got my full clear off, so I'm not going to be too behind, so long as the enemy team doesn't get too many more kills. But yeah, like, I mean, this meta is... there's always a chance to come back in this meta. I don't know. Shutdowns are pretty huge in this meta, and also if you fall too behind, let's just say too behind, you can get objective bounties too. That's good. But yeah, I'm just taking my camps on reset. Like, that's why full clear is good. It's so that if you don't have options to kill in the early game, you can just settle for your camps as instead, and you'll still be, you know, you'll still be fairly juicy. So I'm going to jump on the TF here just to get the first strike gold, nothing else. And turns out the Fiora is actually going to invade topside, which is really, really nice. And he actually kills the Hecarim, which is crazy. Blows my mind. Don't know how that happened, but that's pretty good. And I'm going to look for a gank here, but I don't have my leap. And I'm just going to, like, walk up because I saw the cat going in, but, you know, nothing's going to happen there. So, yeah, there's not too much I can do here in the early game, which is unfortunate. And at this point, a lot of people would be like, I mean, I feel like in this scenario, a lot of people would be very frustrated. I know old me would be like, you know, this is so frustrating. I can't get anything in the early game. What do I do? Guys, don't worry. Because of the fact that we're full clearing, like half the time, we have access to our camps, and so we're still maintaining steady experience gains. So this is really important. It's important that you keep doing this and maintain your full clears. So I'm going to look top because I don't think the Riven respected my presence here. The Fiora is going to land a nice flash W, and I'm going to flash just in case because I really didn't want her getting away. I don't think she had anything up to get away because she burnt her flash there in her Qs, but I am going to flash there just in case, and it's going to give us the first kill of the game. well, I mean, our first kill of the game. That's really, really good because we get the treasure hunter stack and the eyeball collection stack. Very, very good. In the meantime, the mid lane is actually going to get ganked and he's going to go down, so that's really, really juicy. And yeah, I don't know. I think this TF is a little bit questionable. This is just how it is in OC, or like in solo queue in general. There's always that one player on the team that makes it impossible to carry. I don't know, and so I mean, the goal is to not be that guy, right? You always want to be contributing in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'm gonna recall, and we're going into the Eclipse first because that's the only item you can fucking buy in this meta, I swear. Yeah, all the other items just suck, and we evolved the Q for the increased DPS so that we can take camps faster and, you know, just have some more damage when we're fighting enemies. That's basically it. Now, I have a few options here. I can actually look for a decent gank opportunity bot lane because we know the Lux is gone and she's resetting, and the wave is pretty pushed up, so I might be able to sneak into the bush somewhere and get a gank off, but I'm not going to do that because my plan is not to play bot side. My plan is to just kind of play for myself, maintain my camps, and just go for a lot of personal gains, you know? I don't want to be hard playing for my team right now, unless it's for top mid, because, you know, it's just, like, to me, this area is, like, as, you know, we don't really want to be playing for that. Not just yet, anyway. She might scale later, and if she does, that's cool, but for now, we just play for ourselves, and traditionally, this is a good thing to do. So I'm going to look for a gank here. TF actually burns his flash, and I end up following him with an isolated Q, and that's pretty much it. We get our second kill, and that's very juicy. More stacks for us, and yeah, I think we can get Eclipse now, but immediately after, we go for the Herald. So this is something you want to do very often. If you have Prior in the lanes, you want to go for the Herald ASAP. Looks like the Riven's trying to contest or some shit, but then she ends up fighting the Fiora for some reason. And I am here, and she misses the jump over the wall, and I end up landing an isolated Q. TF just, I don't really know what he's doing. Like I said, there's always that guy. Guys, be patient, and mistakes will happen, right? That's pretty much it. There's always going to be that one guy who just makes mistakes like that. And throws the game for the team. I don't know. Literally, unless you're super unlucky, there's always going to be that guy in solo queue that's going to be like, who just doesn't try and doesn't want to win. I don't know. It's just how it is. So with that in mind, we get like 2 kills there, which is enormous, and we get the Herald. So immediately what we do here is we prep our item power spikes. So we're going to walk into our jungle and just take the rest of our topside camps. And then once we're finished with that, we recall, buy the Eclipse, and then we just get out on the map and do some shit. And at that point, we were able to, like, you know, pretty comfortably fight the bot lane if we need to. So this is kind of the time where I actually want to be doing shit. And, you know, that's it, man. If you get good opportunities like that in the early game, you will just scale into a madman. And I am looking for one more pick. I do see the Riven, so I'm going to R in a little bit closer and using my Evolve Q in isolation. We're going to just destroy the Riven, who really has no escape there. Doesn't look like she has flash, so she's going to die a 3rd time, and we pick up our 3rd kill. That's even more gold. Now keep in mind, I didn't even have to go for that, but it's just a nice opportunity that I saw, because I saw Riven walking down into the river for some strange reason, who knows, but yeah. We recall, pick up the Eclipse, and we get the Serrated Dirk as well. Normally I would recommend rushing the boots first, just for the CDR, but having this much lethality so early on, at 10 minutes, is really massive, and you're going to do a lot of damage. So it really doesn't matter either way. You can get the boots or the Serrated Dirk first, up to you, man. Doesn't matter too much. So straight away, I waste no time. I'm going to get my camps off cooldown so that they can start respawning, and then while I'm doing other things, the camps are respawning, and when it's time for me to clear my camps, I will be, you know, they'll be up when I want them to be, you know? So that's a good thing to keep in mind. You just want to, you know, quickly take your camps, and then you go do other shit. But obviously, if you see an opportunity, go for that first. Anyway, this 3 top, Hecarim's trying to dive through Fiora, and no one knows why. And the Yumi's going to sit on me from this point, because obviously I'm the strongest in the game. I'm going to walk up here. The TF ulti comes through. Just have to be a little bit careful. He's going to do it right on me, but I know Hecarim's like half health, so he's really not going to be a threat to me. I also have a Yumi on me, so there's no trouble, and we just easily pick up a double kill there. Fiora's going to die, and we're going to chase down the rest of the enemy team here. These guys flash out. We dodge the snare, keep that in mind, by the way. And we're going to R closer, flash, auto Q on the Lux, and then we get exhausted, but it doesn't matter. We chase down the Kate and get a quadra kill. Just like that, man. I don't know, man. I guess you could say these are kind of free kills, but keep in mind like what I did against the Lux there. So we just basically, in order for us to get those last 2 kills, we have to avoid all pretty much have to avoid all kinds of CC. And so I don't know if you want to look that back or whatever, but I was paying very close attention to how Lux was playing and when she was going to throw out the snare. And so if you keep that in mind, you can just dodge shit like that and pick up free kills. Yeah, especially against champs like Lux and TF in this game. Like the hard CC is really terrible for Kha'Zix, and you really need to keep that in mind when you're playing against these types of champs. Like, so when TF has gold card, for example, you're not gonna just walk up and tank the gold card when his team is around, right? You're just gonna kind of play safe around the gold card, and then when it expires or when he uses it on someone else, that's when you go in. Same goes for Lux Q, except that Lux Q can, it's obviously a skill shot, so you have to be very cautious of that. Anyway, the dragon's coming up, so this is going to be our first dragon. You might be wondering why the hell I didn't take the dragon, the first dragon, considering I was so fed in the early game, and my answer to that is camps in the early game are far more important than dragon in the early game. The first dragon doesn't matter too much, so I found the Riven. I don't really know why she's there, but she probably wanted to contest the dragon for some strange reason. Her team's not there though, so that's fine. Anyway, we are going to just take that quite comfortably, get some first strike gold on the Riven, and then we just back off. And now we're looking for picks. Oh yeah, I didn't touch on the fact that we go Ghostblade. Yes, run Ghostblade second. Anyway, here's a pick that we see. We're just gonna stealth in. Watch how I dodge the Lux snare, right? We're not just gonna blindly jump in, even though we probably could have. But you always want to just be completely wary, perfectly aware of the CC that's around you, or that could potentially stop you from killing someone. Like, we just completely obliterate them, and we didn't even take a scratch of damage, Obviously we have the Yumi, but still. I don't know why the Hecarim is here. He's just gonna give me some more first strike gold. The TF ulti comes in. I don't really know why, but no one is here to follow up on that, and so he's gonna go topside for some reason. And at this point we're just like hard feeding ourselves gold and just trying to, make sure we progress to our next item spikes. Now, because we got the Ghostblade, we're getting collapsed on here, so we just jump over the wall. Because we got the Ghostblade, and you do want to go the Ghostblade like 90% of games second, we are going to go into the Ceruldas next, and we are just kind of trying to push for the level 11. Now, we're so fed, but we don't walk up here. Obviously, we don't really need to. At the end of the day, our focus is objective, so we're kind of just staying around in the bot lane and trying to take enemy jungle, red spawns, we take that, juicy, and so I see the TF walking up. I'm looking for another pick here, but unfortunately, this is warded, and I make a huge mistake, and you can see how, Cat's gonna clean up, right? But you can see how one CC ability just completely destroys us, right? We got gold carded, and even though I jumped out of the way of the Lux snare, we still die. It's kind of crazy. You just need to keep in mind CC abilities. It's really important, guys. And that's kind of the... what should I say? That's kind of the lesson for today, That's the lesson for today. Just keep in mind of the CC abilities that you're playing against. Even though this TF is like 0-7, it's still mega hard for me to play around him just because of that gold card. So with that in mind, I know I said I'm going Ceruldas, but instead I'm going to go for the Edge of Night third, I think. This is basically just to help me deal with the CC in case I fail to dodge or avoid any of them. But yeah. So with the Herald up, we do want to try and go for this. Unfortunately, we don't have a team right now, but the TF just face checks me for no reason. Again, I'm paying I'm just paying extra attention to the CC. We just obliterated the TF there, but because there's no one revealed on the map, we're just gonna jump out of that gold card straight away because we just don't want to risk it. I make a mistake here. I reveal myself when I use my R, but I did want to go in here, and it does manage to work out somehow. I managed to W flash auto Q the TF and then get out quite comfortably. That's why R evolve is so good, by the way. R evolve will keep you alive. E evolve there might not have. Very, very debatable, but you know, thankfully that pick allows us to go for the Herald. Definitely could have played that better though. Could have just R'd from the Fog of War. Instead, I actually walked up a bit and then I used R, which was you know, you don't really want to be doing that. If you're engaging with R, you kind of want to try and do it from the Fog of War. That way the enemy doesn't see you. Yeah, Katarina's going crazy in the base. I don't really know what's happening, but they're kind of just inting a little bit. We don't want to be following them, right? We're going to jump on the Lux here, and I'm getting CC'd for like 5 years. Again, I lose my entire HP bar just from that one CC ability, because I got CC'd under tower. It's just really unlucky. And yeah. I'm going to R back in, I'm going to find the TF, and then we dodge the CC once again, and Yumi's going to pick up the Lux. Yeah. It's kind of my favorite way to play Kha'Zix, honestly. Like, just dodging and waving through, you know, CC abilities. It's actually so much fun, and it's really rewarding if you get used to it. I do want to go in here. Unfortunately, the Yumi unattached, so that was really unfortunate. I feel like we could have killed everyone there if we had the Yumi on us, but I was forced to kind of back off because I didn't have the Yumi on me. So yeah, that kind of just flops completely, and we do end up throwing a little bit. So yeah, that's my bad. Moral of the story, I shouldn't even be jumping in there in the first place because we already got the tower, right? Guys, if you're in that scenario, if you're like pushing mid and you get the tower, just back off. Like, there's literally no point in going for plays like that because it's just unnecessary risk. If you're trying to climb or if you're trying to like play better, etc., you don't want to go for unnecessary risk. Like, alright, let's assume I do kill them there. What next? Because the rest of the team is respawning, and if I end up killing them, like, I'm just going to be super low anyway and I have to back off anyway. So I don't get anything else out of that scenario. It's just so much of an unnecessary risk, and we don't want to be taking those, you know? Alright, so we do have the Edge of Night now, which will let us be a little bit safer. I know I did say Cerritos, but I guess I just wanted the Edge here just for the safety, and we'll get the Cerritos after. Generally, Cerritos will help you deal more damage, especially against the armored enemies, but you know, it is what it is. Generally, triple lethality is sometimes quite juicy, especially when the enemy is not really building too much armor. Like, if they're plated steel caps, whatever, you know, it's not a huge deal, but if they start building like armor items, then that's when you want to get to the Cerritos. But yeah. So now we just quickly do our camps, and now we're just looking to get more picks. Unfortunately, I lose my Edge of Night straight away there. Lux is quite annoying. It is what it is, but we drop her crown as well. So I'm going to jump out of this TF ult here, just because I have no idea what's around. Like, I jump out in fear of my safety, because if I get hard CC'd there and chain CC'd, I just straight up die. So yeah. Enemy team goes for an engage. We're staying back and we're peeling with isolated Qs. The Hecarim's just going to drop straight away. I see the Riven trying to go on the Zeri for some reason, and then we're just going to try and peel backwards. And yeah, this is kind of how you play it, guys. This is how you play safely. We just kind of slowly pick away at the enemy who misposition, and that's kind of how you play Kha'Zix in teamfights. And then we go for a re-engage once my leap is back up. Unfortunately, we don't quite get the can I speak English? Twisted Fate. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of the fight. So one might argue that I can just go in there like blindly, but think about the position I'm in, right? I have to avoid Lux CC, I have to avoid TF CC, and I have to avoid traps as well. So there's a lot of things that I need to take into account to avoid dying. And if I make one mistake, then I can potentially throw the game just by getting hard CC'd and getting burst down. So we don't want to throw the game, we just want to play it safe. So we're going to peel back in fights and, you know, just punish out of position enemies with our isolated Qs. This is what this build is all about, guys. It's very, very good at doing that, because you have the R evolve to keep you safe, and the evolve Q is going to let you just shred people who are out of position. It's very, very good, and it's kind of just how I've been playing. lately. Hecarim's here. He smites my red. Unlucky. Is what it is. But we should be recalling right now. Before I recall though, I'm just going to try and go through the camps that are up, just so I can get them on cooldown, and that's about it. Don't actually have to take these camps right now because I have enough for the last whisper, but we will take it anyway because we are greedy. And we were going to reset anyway, so it's fine. Nothing should be happening at this point. We should just be, I mean, like my entire team should just be resetting and getting items, so we can afford to delay just a little bit. We see the TF split pushing for some strange reason, and so the Fiora is going to try and go on him, but he's going to TF ult out, and thankfully something good about Edge of Night is that it blocks the TF ult, so no one actually knew where we were. I did reveal myself there, of course, but yeah, we see the Hecarim doing the Gromp here. He probably doesn't expect us to be doing this, so Yumu's are evolve in with the Yumi, and we just explode him. And look again, look at that sidestep. Look at what just look at how I'm playing these fights, and just watch what I'm watching out for, if that makes sense. I'm looking, like, I'm always looking for the Lux CC, and I'm always looking for the TF CC when I'm going in like that. Because if I just get C's, I mean, like, they don't really have kill pressure over me there, but if I get CC'd there, I potentially don't kill them. So in all cases, you want to be looking out for CC like that. It's very, very important, guys. And so that with the Baron, we are just going to try and siege the base. Again, we're peeling back, just destroying the Riven with the isolated Qs. She's going to get my Zeri, but that's fine. And yeah, we're just going to kind of back off here because we don't have the team to work with. I did want to go in here because he's out of position. His teammates are away from him, so I can go in here. I'm going to fake that I'm going in there because we do want to back off. We want to stop any potential engage. TF, I don't really know, he just flashes forward for no reason. But yeah, watch what I did there is I peeked forward and then I quickly stealthed backward to make them think that I'm going in. And I do want to try them, I want to try and get them away from the dragon here, but I'm just not in the position to do so because I don't have my R yet. Even though I'm so fed, I can't just blindly run in here. I really can't do that because there's 4 there, obviously. So we are just kind of we're just gonna sit here and not really do shit. The entire team's up, 2 of our team is dead, and like I could jump in and get this dragon, right? But it's a risk, and if I die, it's really, really bad because they get my shutdown and they also get Yumi's kill as well. So instead, what I do is I jump in like a fucking idiot, and I get TF ulted, and I guess, yeah, like, look at that, man. I get gold carded, I get CC'd once, and I just die from the Lux ulti and the Caitlyn damage. Like, like, I should not be anywhere near the TF at all, but I got greedy. I walked up too far, and I get punished for it. It's just like, it's just kind of how you have to play these matchups. It's just so unforgiving, but yeah. Thankfully, our team cleans up, and I think that's gonna be it, guys. I hope this was somewhat informative. Like, I thought it was a fairly fun game to play, so I decided I'd upload it. And yeah, I think it shows you a pretty decent example of like what you need to be looking out for in fights and when you're going in, etc. So that's why I kind of wanted to upload it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Maybe learned something. Subscribe if you're new. More content coming on the way. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.